Alright, hello everybody. Well first I'm kind of sorry that I haven't made a video in quite a while. It's been over a year since I've made a video. But, I want to get kind of back into it. I just kind of ran out of things to make videos about, kind of got kind of old. But now I have more stuff to make videos about, and I hope to upload more videos, including things about tool safety and how to use tools properly, you know, so you can actually kind of get stuff done with them, as opposed to kind of failing at it, because I mean that's what I did a lot. It took me a while to learn how to use so many of my tools, but anyway, that's a different video. This video is it's all about batteries, the different types they'll encounter and what they're good at. So you'll see that we have a lot of different types here. I wasn't focusing on a type of battery. Like, you know, we got a drill battery here. We have a battery pack for a quadcopter, which I'm going to start making videos about as well. We got double A's. We got some weird sized batteries over here, and we have a C battery. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the internals of them, what makes them run. Like the internal chemistry of it. Like the materials inside of them. So I'm going to start with what you'll encounter most likely, and that's this guy. This is an alkaline battery. It is, you know, you recognize these, the brown front, the black back part, because, I mean, it's Duracell, as you can see. Yeah, they're very common, they're cheap, and they work kind of well. They're non-rechargeable, that's one of the things. These are, again, they're really cheap to make, they last a while, but they aren't rechargeable, and yeah, these were like the first type of battery invented. They're very simple. Yeah, don't try to recharge them. What happens if you recharge them, you ask? They may leak, they'll definitely heat up. They might, yeah, I believe that's the extent of it. Yeah. So that's the Duracell. I mean, that's an Alkaline. They're really used in pretty much everything. You'll find them in the sizes, you know, you'll find them in the normal sizes, AAA, AA, CD, 9 volt, but you'll also find them in, like, weird sizes, like, hold on, actually, I have a weird size battery. I have a weird sized battery from a multimeter. Oh, it just broke. Oh well, it was broken anyways. I can fix it later. This guy, right here. This is also an alkaline battery. They're sitting down. It's a very weird size, as you can tell. This is a AA. So they're very different sizes. But it's still an alkaline battery. So, I'll just put them right over there. Next thing that we're going to move on to, another type of battery that you'll encounter, the lithium battery. This battery is lighter than the alkalines. I believe, actually. I'm not, yeah, much lighter than the alkalines. It uses the element lithium. So, if you guys know much about lithium, you know it reacts very violently when it contacts water. Whether it be ice, water vapor, or just liquid water. So you don't want to cut these open. Definitely don't recharge them, because they react much more violently than the alkalines when recharged. Like, it includes fire, it's still leaking and still heating up, but also fire. And it gets progressively worse as you get more power into these things. I mean, not like the specifically lithium, like different types of batteries. The more power they can store, usually the worse things happen when they overcharge. So then, after this, I'm going to go on to some of the rechargeable batteries, because these are pretty much most of the batteries, rechargeables that you can encounter. But you also sometimes see some mercury cadmium batteries, but those are pretty rare, because, you know, containing two pretty toxic metals, mercury, known for making you go insane, and cadmium, which is a heavy metal, which will give you heavy metal poisoning. Don't want those together, you know. If it leaks, you got a problem. I don't have a lead acid battery here, because lead acids, well, they're big and they're heavy and they're pretty much only used in cars. So I didn't want to have to haul a car battery around to make this video. But just imagine a lead acid battery. I can just tell you a bit about them. They're good because they can store a decent amount of energy. They don't really lose as much. That's called like the discharge rate, which I'll get more into with the nickel cadmium or the NiCad and the nickel metal hydride. So they also can store. They can discharge it at a decent rate, which is what they need for cars to start up. They need quite a lot of energy to start up, apparently. But yeah, so now I'm going to go on to some of the rechargeables that you'll see. I'll end with, these guys will leave towards the end because they are special. They're lithium-ion and lipos, lithium polymer batteries. This is a nickel metal hydride. I call them NIMS because, these things, nickel cadmiums, are called NiCads. So I just wanted to find a way to shorten it. So, also, I'm going to talk about energy density, how much they can hold. Usually alkalines over here, they can hold about, about 2,000 milliamp hours. That's a decent amount of energy for a rechargeable battery. Lithium ion's going to hold a lot more. Anything with lithium can hold more energy than other batteries. Just, I don't know why, but they do. This is a nickel metal hydride. It can hold, if you can't see, because this camera's kind of bad. I'm just recording with my school iPad. I have two iSight cameras. I want to get them working, but I need a FireWire port to hitch them up to. And of course, I have a Windows laptop, so that's not really going to work too well. I'm going to figure something out, guys. But this will have to do for now. This is a AA nickel metal hydride. Nickel metal hydrides are nice. They're usually what you see. The reason why, one of the big reasons why they're nice is that unlike this guy over here and this guy, if you overcharge them, bad stuff doesn't happen. They'll heat up a bit, yeah, but that's just normal for them, even when they're charging. If you overcharge them a lot, sulfur crystals actually start growing on the inside of it from the poles together, and then eventually it'll just short out and you won't be able to charge it, and it'll be useless. But you can, however, vaporize the crystals inside them if you run 300 amps through them, but I don't have 300 amps on hand, so I can't do that at the moment, because they do have some nickel metal hydrides that are, they've taken a lot of hits from the memory effect. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you what the memory effect is. Alright, so you know how they say, with nickel metal hydrides and nickel cadmiums, just every once in a while just do a full drain and a full recharge. That's to prevent something called the memory effect. The memory effect is where, let's say that I took this battery and I used up half the energy each day for a while. Eventually it would start acting like that 50% that I keep draining is the new maximum amount of energy it can store. So instead of holding 2,000 milliamp hours, it would hold 1,000 milliamp hours, and it just keeps doing that. And there's not really a way to fix it after that. It just messes them up. It's really annoying. Yeah. So you can just prevent that by doing a full uncharge and a full recharge. But these guys, they're nice. They do have a relatively high discharge rate compared to the alkalines or the lithiums or any of the other batteries for that matter. But they're nice because they're cheap, they're safe, and they can store their fair amount of energy. Yeah, anything else about them? Not really. Yeah. And I'm going to compare this guy and this guy in a sec. So, this is a nickel cadmium. Nickel cadmium batteries are special. They used to be what people used a lot instead of the nickel metal hydrides, but they have some good abilities and some shortcomings. Every battery has good abilities and shortcomings. So this guy, it's a drill battery. It's special. Because these are used a lot with tools that need to drain energy very quickly, because nickel cadmiums can do that. They can allow insanely fast energy drain, which is what you need if you're using a big tool. But they also have a high discharge rate. They also have a high normal discharge rate. So, if you leave it, it'll discharge more energy more quickly. Yeah, the nickel metal hydrides they have a lower discharge rate, but they can't discharge energy as quickly. But with consumer electronics, it's not really a problem. But yeah, they are also subject to the memory effect, even more so than nickel metal hydrides. So yeah, just drain it every time and just keep using it. It should have no problems. So, yeah, now we get to the special batteries. I'm going to talk about this guy right here, lithium ion, and the lithium polymer. I call them lipos. Alright, so lithium ion batteries. They can store an incredible amount of energy, but they can store incredible amounts of energy. They're pretty lightweight compared to nickel cadmium to nickel metal hydrides. I mean, weighs a lot less. Obviously, this thing will weigh more than any of them because it's a drill battery. But the thing is that they are not nice when you overcharge them. See, whereas these guys, they just heat up a little bit. They're like, we're fine. These guys are like, you overcharge me, I wish death upon you. These can catch fire, they can leak battery acid, they will definitely heat up. You have to have a special type of charger to detect when they're full, otherwise you get fire and not fun. These have been used in some older consumer electronics, like older phones, like early smartphones and stuff, because these guys were kind of still taken off. They're lighter, they can hold more energy, it's the bottom line, don't overcharge them, otherwise you will get fire and stuff. These guys are the nastiest things you could possibly work with. You have to be very careful with them, because if you puncture or overcharge them, they do this nice little thing. Here's what happens. They sort of start puffing up a bit. They heat up, they puff up a bit, and then they fan out like a little book, and then they explode into a big fireball. Not kidding. Search it up on YouTube. Search like lithium polymer battery puncture or something like that. And they do that. But there's one pro to them. They're incredibly lightweight, they're incredibly tiny, and they can store crazy amounts of energy. But you have to have a special type of charger to make sure that you don't overcharge them, just like with the lithium ions. So, you're asking, what are these things used for? These things are practically ticking time bombs. Well, they're used for several things. Among them are phones and drones. Where's my drone? Here's a drone. Drones. Those things both, and also most other consumer electronics, because they need the ability to hold those insane amounts of energy, because they just take up so much with their capabilities these days. And drones, well, they have to be lightweight so they can lift off the ground, and they can't just be like, they can't use lithium, they can't use nickel metal hydrides. Those are just too heavy. They can't store enough energy. They just charge too quickly. So lithium polymer is good for that, but you have to be careful. You have to have special safety circuits to keep them from blowing up. Yeah, for the most part, each battery, they all have their pros and their cons, and they about equal out. So, I mean, it just depends entirely on what you're using it for. For most applications, a good old a good old NIM will do you good. Or if you don't really want to use if you want to use a non-rechargeable, an Alkaline will do you fine. If you have a lot of money to throw away, stock up on lithium batteries. If you have special chargers and are feeling kind of risky, then you could go and buy lithium ions or lithium polymers. Or if you have a ton of tools, just stock up on NiCads. So yeah, these have been all the different types of batteries. There were a few that I didn't mention, including the mercury cadmium. I mentioned them, but I don't have any to show you. There's the mercury cadmium, there's the lead acid. What other ones are there? I don't think any other ones. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So this has been a video about batteries. Stay tuned, I'm going to be uploading more stuff to my channel. Sorry for all the inactivity lately. It's just been, yeah, I haven't had time. I've kind of forgot about YouTube entirely, actually. Yeah, so, again, stay tuned. I'll be uploading more videos. Yeah, thanks for watching.